This week didn't go to plan, guys, so I picked up an injury and I missed my big cycle for the week. So this week I have to fix my bike fit so that it doesn't make the injury any worse. So follow along and see how it went. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in again this week. So this week has been a bad week for me. After the 60-minute cycle last weekend, I had serious pain in my right knee. So I skipped my first cycle of the week that was meant to be on Tuesday. And what ended up happening then was on Thursday for my second cycle of the week. It was supposed to be a 30-minute cycle. And what I decided to do was to try to make up for Tuesday, and I did a 40-minute cycle instead. So what actually ended up happening then after that was I got some severe pains in my right knee after the cycle. So I did complete the cycle. I actually went on to a Los Angeles cycle, downtown I think it was. It's a 6-kilometer cycle in total. So I ended up doing 2 laps of that to try to make up, I suppose, for the last cycle that I didn't do on the Tuesday. So I suppose when I went to sleep then on Friday night, I had this it felt like there was an elastic band across the front of my kneecap, and when I bent my knee, it was like the elastic moved or shot to the outside of my knee. So I suppose it's painful at the moment and I haven't been able to do a proper full cycle. So I was meant to have done a 60-minute cycle for this week, as well as the 25 and 30-minute cycles, but unfortunately I just haven't been able to do it. So today's video is going to be a bit different to any of my other videos. Today's video is me trying to fix my my bike fit. So what I found was that my cleat position on my right foot wasn't aligned with where it needed to be, and my right knee is always tracking outwards away from my body. So I've made adjustments and documented those adjustments here for you guys. And another thing that I found was that my saddle was far too low, which I think was a major contributing factor to the pains I was getting down the front and the outside of my knee. So look, I know today's video is a different format to what I usually upload, but I hope you find it beneficial, and to anyone who I suppose who has had these difficulties, hopefully this will help you get through it. So look, thanks very much, and we'll kick into the video now. Thanks, guys. From the top down, I can see a noticeable difference between how my right leg is behaving, so on your left, and how my left leg is behaving on your right. So my right leg is tracking outwards pretty much for the entire cycle, or the entire rotation. So this has been causing me an awful lot of pain. So I need to make adjustments to improve this. This is my current cleat position. What I've done is I've brought back the cleat as far as possible, so that I suppose the center of the cleat is aligned with the ball of my foot, but I have it kind of perfectly square, so it isn't off to any side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the cleat maybe 1 or 2 millimeters in the direction of my baby toe. So if you imagine this straight line is the cleat, or is the pedal. I'm currently coming in perfectly straight and I'm cleating in, but if I move the cleat towards my big toe, that means that I'm going to have to rotate my foot in this direction and then cleat in, which is just going to exaggerate my knee being kind of pushed outwards. So I'm moving it in the direction of my baby toe, because when I do that, it will force me to have to put my foot in this way to cleat in, which should allow my knee to now track more inwards and straight. So I'm only going to make a very small adjustment now, and then I'll check, and if it's still not tracking, I'll continue to rotate it more. So in order to do it, I want to loosen these bolts, but not loosen them so much that the cleat starts flopping around the place. I just want it to be loose enough so that I can adjust it. So, okay, if you think about it, my baby toe is in this direction, right? So this is my baby toe over here. So I want to rotate my cleat ever so slightly out. Now. Okay, so this is where my cleat was, perfectly straight. So now I'm just going to move it in there. Okay, so now I'll hold that in position, and I'm just going to tighten it up. So I want to make sure all of these are done up nice and snug. Now they don't have to be overly tight, right? You want to be able to get them back out again. So just snug them down. You don't want to leave it loose, because if you leave it loose, it will eventually kind of work its way back to kind of straight. Okay, so now my cleat is off towards my baby toe, so it's moving towards my baby toe now. So look, let's try this and see how that went. Okay guys, let's have a look now and see now that I've made that adjustment. What way does it look? I definitely think I can see a difference. That I'm pretty sure my knee was out there. Now I will have to check the video after this, right, and have a look and critique it, but I do definitely think my knee seems to be tracking straighter. It is maybe slightly off, but it is a lot better, I think, already. Just trying to see if I can feel any pain now, because even in the first clip that we looked at, I could actually feel the pain in my knee even after those couple of seconds cycling. Okay, my knee is still feeling, I don't know, as I've said many times before, I think my knee is starting to feel kind of sore, kind of tired. And I'm going to take a look at the video, and I'm going to see now where I am and if there's further adjustment needed. But I do think, comparing my right knee to my left knee, that my right knee is definitely tracking a bit better. Okay guys, so from watching the video, I noticed that my leg or my knee was still tracking slightly outwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a further adjustment now to my cleat so that it's tracking again towards my baby toe. So just going to make another small adjustment. Just going to loosen off these cleat bolts. Okay, now that's from where I started, that's a fairly substantial change to my cleat position. So once I have this done, we'll go back on the bike and have another look and see how my knee is tracking again. here's my cleat position now. It's noticeably towards my baby toe. After the most recent cleat position change, we'll see how this looks now. Okay, I can instantly see that is tracking nicely inwards. My right knee is definitely now tracking just as straight as my left knee. Okay, that's good. Just going to do some really light cycling for a minute. Okay, I think that's already actually feeling a bit better. Okay, that is a lot better. Woohoo! Okay, so one other thing that I noticed during this fit check was my saddle height seems to be not high enough. So I'm just going to sit. So I should be able to just barely touch my heel, but like it's very easy for me to touch my heel after that. So I need to bring my saddle up, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to bring it up 1 centimeter and see how it goes. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my saddle with this pencil at its current height, and that just gives me my baseline. And now I'm just going to get my ruler. Just going to loosen back my saddle post. And then okay, so now that's 10 mil on the button, pretty much to my line. So I'm just going to tighten that down now. Make sure the saddle is straight. Okay, I think the saddle looks straight. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to check again. Yeah, still it. And I'm going to tighten down the saddle post again. You don't want to over tighten it. Okay, now I'm going to do the same check again. Just put my heel onto the pedal. Oh. To be honest, I'd say it could even come up a bit higher. Okay, I'm just going to make another adjustment. Okay, let's go again. Okay, I should be just able to barely touch my heel onto the bottom of it, which I'm fairly close to there now. I think I'm happy there now with that positioning. So I'm just going to leave it there. Hopefully this now should remove some of the pressure that I've been feeling on my knee, because it has been very sore this week. Thank you very much for watching this week's video. Hopefully next week is better and my knee recovers. So next week was meant to be a full week, but because of the injury, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it easy this week coming. So I'm just going to do 3 25-minute cycles and make sure that my knee holds up. So what I might actually do for those 25-minute cycles is, per Daniel's request in the comments, I'm going to go on to the map that I used at the very beginning of my plan, and I'm going to see what kind of improvements I can gauge against where I am now versus where I started out. So a sincere thank you to everybody. If you enjoy my content or you'd like to see more, please do like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification and you'll be left know every time I upload a video. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great week. See you guys. Bye bye.